Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures in Wall Street. Sorry I missed last week. I usually do not miss my shows or episodes. Been so busy with travel hockey and obviously the routine audit as well as life in general. And you guys know I drive an hour every single day to pick up my son from school. Speaking of which, we were in Boston this past week and dude, they play so good. One win, one tie, and one loss. Was not good enough to make it into the championship round. So it's a bad saying, but I say it all the time. We made it to the Toilet Bowl round. And we actually lost the Toilet Bowl game or consolation game and took last place. My son did extremely well, played with some power, played with authority, had a grown man shot. His snapshot is literally 74 miles an hour. One of the strongest kids in the school. So I'm really proud of him. This week he has testing. So prayers up to him that he does well with his testing. As you guys been following for years, you know that my son has IEP, ADHD with a slight cognitive delay on learning. So I found a school that he can grow spiritually, obviously athletically, and academically tremendously. So he's on an honor roll. He's doing very well. Thank you for your prayers. And a lot of people resonate with that. I don't know if you have a kid or a son that struggles in the academic room, but yeah, the public school system is definitely not suitable for most kids. I don't know if you know this, but public school systems, the way they work and the reason why they look like prisons is simply because that style of learning was and is from the prison. So the whole bell ringing, bringing the inmates to one section to another, controlled environment, having those teachers act like correction officers, and that's what they are these days. They're correction officers, yelling at your kids, playing victim. And, you know, you have the bullying, you have the indoctrination of the curriculum that funds pretty much everything that you and I disagree with. If you're listening to this podcast, obviously you and I agree spiritually on many things, as well as economically, politically, and financially, I'm assuming. Speaking of which, everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I'm not here to give investment advice. If you would like investment advice, you can give us a call, 813-448-3446, or visit us online at cortezwm.com. And most importantly, if you just want to bypass all that and you want to secure your retirement, utilizing the insurance-based contract rules that the government has set aside for your people. One of the few freedoms still left on your money, we'll talk about that in a second, is you are being protected by contract law. Very powerful here. A lot of people have been, I bought some more silver here. I don't really like these ones, but I call them my midget bars. They're 10 ounces. You guys are probably used to the long ones. I like these ones, but hey, just so you know, silver actually, the bars, the 10-ounce bars that I tend to accumulate, these suckers are typically about $10 underneath spot price. So don't be fooled. You're not getting full silver. You're not getting full silver spot price on these bars. They're not in high demand like the Troy ounces. If you can get access to Troy ounces, this will be better. If you are buying silver and dollar cost averaging, we'll talk about silver. But one thing you need to know is the passive pay the penalty. Is it smart to keep on stacking silver every single month? Maybe you're like one of my friends that I know, one of my colleagues. He got an ounce of silver for his birthday from his grandpa 40 years ago. And every single birthday, he bought him an ounce of silver, one of these puppies. And although that's really awesome, he continued the tradition. And now he's collected a decent amount of silver for himself. But the problem is that style, although it's disciplined and smart, you're banking on the US dollar to go down all the time. It can only go down for so long. It can only go down for a period of time. But what we fail to realize is that these markets, the commodities market, by the way, silver, gold, precious metals, pork belly, sugar, cocoa, and futures, financial contracts, oil as well, trade on the Chicago Board of Exchange. So just think about that. Everything that you bought and sold, oh yeah, the dollar's crashing. The American economy is going to the gutter. Buy gold, buy silver. That has some slight truth to it. Then you call them up because Dennis Hopper was on Fox Business, or Sean Hannity, or whoever celebrity you like, got paid millions of dollars, by the way, as Tucker Carlson exposed it. And then they recommend a gold IRA, which is stoops. Crazy, crazy, crazy talk. So you don't trust the government with your money. You want to protect your money. And look, no shame here. I'm just saying how brainwashed everybody is. And this is the truth. I'm not here to cater to anybody's feelings. We get calls like, oh, Carlos, this is what you said was very offensive. Good. Because I'm not here to cater to your feelings. I'm here to protect your money, speak the truth, and grow your asset. Now, some people don't want that. Some people want to be catered to. That's not me, guys. That's not me. I just get upset when I see this style of marketing and you guys get hurt by it. Generally, the people that listen to this are great, God-fearing patriots that I actually admire and look up to. And so when we dollar cost average into a red money bucket, you will make money, but you are guaranteed to lose money at some time because there is no principal protection. There is no contractual agreement that risk. You can avoid market risk. And that's truth. The truth of the matter is that you're so emotional thinking the dollar is going to crash all the time forever, but yet you're American, but yet you still use your Visa, but yet you still have a checking account, but yet you still have an IRA. If you truly believe that, then you would have a bunker. You wouldn't even have a cell phone, let alone be involved in anything that has to do with the US dollar. Because if you truly believe that, then why are you giving an account that is owned by the government and hiding your silver and your precious metals? It doesn't make any sense. But yet millions of people have invested in precious metals IRAs. You say, well, it's in Texas, it's in Delaware. Great. Now you have an asset that could be controlled one day by the government. I'll explain that in a second. Actually, let me attack that right now. The gold is already controlled by the government. What I mean by that is they've taken it. It's a tier 1 currency. They have the right to create whatever laws that affect the currency of the financial ecosystem. They can deem gold as a tier 1 currency, as they already have, and they can collect it in any way they want. They can come out with a rule, a law that says you have 5 years to turn in on your precious metals. If the government debt gets so bad and that dollar crashes, say goodbye to your gold. They're going to go after your gold, whether you like it or not. And I'll explain why. The same way I think they're going to come after your silver. Silver is an industrial metal. They can't just say, hey, turn in your silver. But they sure as heck can pump up the dollar. They sure as heck can go to war. They sure as heck can start an AI revolution through data centers and manipulate the currency so much that you, on a psychological level, have to sell your silver because they know 95% of investors are emotionally driven. So silver crashes to $20 and you had it at 100 and you bought it at 80 and you chased it at 70 and you went all in at 35 and it's at $17 or $20. You're probably going to sell. You're going to give up and sell. And maybe not you, but the next guy will, or at least half of it. And so this is why you have to have balls of steel to be an investor, to trade, to do it long term. Because if that ever happens, I'd probably buy more. In order for track, trace, and control and the surveillance state to kick in, like it already is with your Tesla, and Ford now is stepping in the game, like already is in the medical field, and the social credit score development. All that is happening now. Your bank, your checking account, you do not own. I've said that so many times. Ask your ChatGPT, your Google AI, whatever AI you use. Uncensored AI, whatever AI, just ask it, do I own the money in my checking account? And the truth is, you do not. You forfeited those assets to the bank. Guys, we're already in the CBDC system. This is not going to avoid the problem. This actually is going to make the problem worse if you start collecting it in the wrong bucket. The only way you should be collecting precious metals is tangible in your home, in your safe, underneath the mattress, not in the bank account, not in some vault, not in some depository in Delaware or Texas. That's almost idiotic to pay somebody to watch your silver, and then the government knows exactly where your precious metals is at. Mind you, they already own the gold. It's a tier 1 currency. Doesn't matter if it's an IRA. Now they own the taxation on your gold, and you've told them where it's going to be at in a contract that they own. Do you really trust the state laws and them actually not saying they're going to not take your silver or gold? Well, that's up to you. I don't like that. And I don't advise for it. It's just red money, guys. And I want to make sure you guys are clear. Now, we'll talk about silver. I think silver will eventually go back up, because what's the beautiful thing about silver is it is two-component. It can be used as a true precious metal, as a currency, and number two, it can be used as an industrial metal. And as AI takes off, electrical cars take off, solar panels take off, lithium batteries, you name it, anything with an on-off switch is going to need silver in order to build this new mainframe that we're going into. We're going into the track, trace, control agenda, guys. I mean, I've said it. I prophesied about it. God gave me a vision on it. I'm not saying it's 100% verbatim what I'm saying, but there's times that I hear from God loud and clear, and I could see the signs. I can see it in the spiritual eyes, and I can see it in the financial eyes. And the discernment is completely off the hook. We will have a social credit score system. There will be times where we won't even be able to podcast. There's facial recognition software. We're starting to see some pushback. Glory to God. We're starting to see some pushback with invasion of our own rights. Whole Foods enacted and commissioned biometric scanning. That is now being derailed. It's a invasion of HIPAA. There's people fighting against it. God bless them. I hope I can be in the front lines with them. But yeah, you used to be able to go to Whole Foods, scan your palm, and it'll connect to your Amazon account and your PayPal account or your Apple Pay or Google Pay, whatever your cards are uploaded to. And that is just freaky. But we're here. We are absolutely here. And I want to make sure that you understand that your money is already there. The money in your bank account is track, trace, and controlled. That is not a conspiracy. We have the FedNow program that has been launched. Guys, what I'm getting at it, if you don't know what you're doing with your retirement and you have a 401k, there's many of you that have called, reached out, pilots, engineers, just hardworking, God-fearing people that are my people. I want to help you. I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, want to help you. I want to give you the best advice possible, because most advisors in this world, they are catering to their broker dealer or their banks because they can't say certain things. They can't talk about their faith because it might be a reflection on the company in the corporate policies. Like in business school, which I went to Southeastern University, and they have gone full-blown woke. Like the worship team, there was guys having sex with each other, gay guys. I walked away from it. And, we're all sinners. Don't get me wrong. I've cheated, I've stole, I've sinned and fall short from the glory of God pretty much every day, right? We are born into sin, guys, until we renew our covenant, until we get baptized and walk away from our sin. It shows up financially. It shows up many, many times financially. We have to learn to be a steward of our assets and our money. I've built wealth for myself because maybe I'm a geek and I learn how to deploy money and utilize people's talents and utilize my own talents to gain knowledge. But you got to put the work in. The good part is I've done a lot of the work. I spent my whole life studying businesses and how money flows and creative ideas. And if you call me personally, I will tell you some things that will blow you away that you probably didn't even know that even existed. Of course, we want to stay within the risk tolerance of the profile, and we want to stay with registered products. We want to stay with insurance-based guarantees that are backed by the strengths of the insurance company. But one thing I will promise is that you'll get straight advice, whether it benefits you or me or anyone else. Regardless, I want it to benefit only you, because the best has yet to come only if you prepare for it, only if you hire somebody that understands how you speak in the terms of what you believe in, that understands your language. If you are experiencing fear, uncertainty, and doubt, maybe you're confused about Iranian war, maybe you're confused about a data breach, maybe you are confused about just simply, am I going to live as long as my money, or is my money going to run out? Guys, this is such a huge concern for many retirees. It's not even the problem. The problem is taxation. The problem is failure to plan for the catastrophic event. But if we don't put money away right now, long-term money, and take advantage of all the noises and the discrepancies that are out there and not get emotional, because the whole thing, this whole system runs off emotions. Fear and greed. It's an emotion. Oh, well, we're not going to have Social Security. I'm going to not trust the banks. Well, we're not going to have Social Security. I'm going to buy silver. The stock market is about to collapse. I'm going to buy meats into 10 days of darkness, and I'm going to buy all this stuff that I'm never going to use. Look, guys, the stock market is not going to completely go away. So get it out of your head that the dollar is going to go to zero. The stock market is going to go to zero. Get it out of your head, because it's a lie. And I know you don't like that, because 99% of my clients believe the dollar is going to go to zero and there's not going to be a stock market. And I agree with your sentiment, but I'm here as an advisor to tell you the truth. The truth of the matter is you need the stock market to run the whole economy. You need the dollar to go up to run the whole economy. It could get weakened. It could get pumped up. It could get smacked down with interest rates. There is so much correlations. But if the dollar truly goes to zero, you and I are not discussing podcasts. We're not discussing money. We're discussing what kind of sword are you using to defend the seeds and the solar panels that you have. We are discussing where we're going to get our next meal from. That's what we're discussing. Everything else is BS. So we need to start acting in the current, but being prepared for all scenarios. You see, the market goes up, down, and sideways. Do you not have a plan for both? Or for three of them, sorry. Most people only have a plan for one, and that is to go up. Now, if you have a 401k, call your 401k provider and ask, how much of my account is principal protected? What can I do to go conservative? What is conservative? Is it T-bills, or is it like utility stocks? What is a conservative fund? Because right now, with the market conditions, we should be moving 60% treasuries, fixed income, governmental bonds, 40% equity. There's a huge divergence in the S&P right now. We have the Fed trying to lower interest rates, and they can't, because they don't even know what they're doing. They're saying inflation has cooled off. plenty enough. But yet the pump, you see the pump, oil's trading at 104 as the time of recording this on Thursday, on April 30th. It went as high as 112. And it's supposed to be coming down today. But yet this Iranian debacle, we don't even know what's real news or fake news. But it's okay. The volatility helps our client base. The volatility is what we want because it's going to move the shakers, it's going to move the tire kickers, and we're going to benefit. If you have green money, you are going to benefit tremendously because we don't lose when the market goes down and we go up when the market goes up. So if the market does crash, green money clients, they're licking their ice cream saying, man, this thing is sweet. And then they're going and checking their balances and they're laughing. I want that to be you. I want you to have that confidence. And our yellow money clients, they're just happy that they're not losing everything and that they're being traded according to the markets. And they have an appetite for limited risk. So if that's you, we can have a conversation. Plus, it's all liquid. Man, I love this stuff. Like there is so much positive stuff going on our end because there's a lot of financial manipulations. We want to protect you moving forward. We want to protect you and give you a solution so you don't have to be stuck on fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And you don't have to be swayed by the TV ads or swayed by the Fisher Investments of the world or swayed by your local church advisor that is stuck with the big banks. No. Independent fiduciaries have the ability to do what's best for you and to shop the best companies that cater to your beliefs. We don't have to invest in China or Israel or anyone that's anti-American. We don't have to invest in these forced models like they do in your variable annuities or your 401ks. We don't have to force you into anything. As a matter of fact, you have to hire us in order for us to engage us. We're not salesmen here. We're consultants, and we only want to cater to the people that are seeking help. The Bible says the wise seek counsel. And as long as you can stick to a plan and have the discipline to do it, then you will be financially successful. And hopefully we can speak about Jesus when we talk and how his grace is never ending, because that is my boat. That is my deal. That's what I love to do. I love to share my faith with everyone I talk to. Because I can grow your wealth. I can protect it. That's easy for me. Been doing it for a long time at a very young age. I'm only 43. I just celebrated my birthday on the 26th. But I started this racket when I was, 22. I had to count. Yeah, so I shaved my gray hairs, but yeah, I'm a senior citizen in the business now. So congrats to me, I guess. But yeah, I'm really excited to help you guys out. We're going to dive into the charts here. If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify. We obviously have the yellow money. We have red money. Red money is where most people are at. They don't even know that what red money is: unlimited losses, unlimited gains. Inside of those big cruise ships, those mutual funds typically can't move when there's a massive correction. If you look at many prospectuses that are out there, a lot of them have to stay per prospectus invested in the market. And they literally cannot put 100% to cash. This is what would be called tactical management, is when they can move in and out of the markets based on market conditions and parameters and a lot of leading indicators that determine when that drawdown happens. They build evidences, they build AI, they build all these things, just like an attorney building a case full of evidence, so it's irrefutable. The same things traders with yellow money will do the same with your funds on their decisions. And they have different models, basically conservative, moderate, and aggressive, and they even have hedge funds. So these are what we call yellow money accounts, smart money accounts. We have access to those. And I'm telling you right now, as we go dive into the charts real quick, I'm going to show you one thing, the divergence on, I know we have a lot of audio listeners now, and you won't be able to see this, but I'll try to narrate as best as I can if you're listening on the road or in your ears somewhere mobily. I'll try to narrate this, but for those of you that are actually watching this physically, you'll be able to see the charts. And also, I want to talk about a new green money account that I have been screaming to the top of my lungs for years now. It is looking better than ever. So why I'm saying all this is because when we have no interest rate change, when we have a market momentum going down and the market keeps going up, this is divergence. This basically means this setting us up that there's going to be a lot of volatility. And guess who makes money with volatility? Green money accounts, as well as yellow money accounts, because they have the ability to go in and out, buy the lows and sell the highs. It's tactically proven. Now, if you don't want anything to do with this, and you don't even want to hire an advisor or someone to watch over your money, this is not a recommendation. This is just education, information purposes only, everything on this podcast. But you can simply just buy the QQQ, the SPX, hold that for for eternity, keep dollar cost averaging into it, the Dave Ramsey style, and you will make money long term. The problem is most of you are 50s, going on 60s, maybe mid 60s, retired. When that market does go down, you will be eating crow. You would have to wait 5, 6, 7 years for it to come back. And that's not a guarantee. It's also not a guarantee to lose all that money. It's not a guarantee to make all that money. You are the risk because you bought the risk, and you are the market, and you will be 100% correlated with the standard deviation of, I don't know, 16, 17, 18%. If you had the NASDAQ, it'll be over 24%. So you can AI all this you want. And yeah, there are AI tactical money managers that can play the market. I get it. If that's you and you want to talk to a robot and they think they can do better, great. But I think you want to talk to a person when it comes to your money. So I say all that because what is about to happen, you guys need to start preparing, because the markets can only go 3 ways. They can go up, they can go down, and they can go sideways. We have a solution for every situation. This is why I'm never scared. We are prepared for any circumstance. And you should have confidence going into your retirement. You shouldn't have to worry about the Iran deal, what the Israelis are doing next, if NATO is backing us up or not. You shouldn't have to worry about any of that garbage. It has nothing to do with you clocking in, clocking out, with you building a nest egg, with you being a man, showing up and providing for your family. It should have nothing to do with your ministry. It should have nothing to do with your lifestyle. And if it does, you're not being a steward of your own assets. You're not being a steward of your whole legacy. Your family depends on making the right decisions now. I'm not saying I'm the perfect fit. I'm just saying, doctrinally speaking, you have to show up like you never have before, because the robots are here. The manipulations are here. The lizards and the wizards and the snakes are all commingling together to steal your money. That is biblical, satanically proven, and doctrinally correct. The devil is here to kill, devour, and destroy, and to plant seeds into your FUD, into your fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, either you trust in the checkbook or the almighty scripture. That is your decision. We spoke about, do I trust God or do I please God? And although when you trust God, you are pleasing God. And when you're pleasing God, you're not trusting God, because pleasing God looks like going to church, or for me, playing worship music, singing worship music, being present for my family, being present for my church, being present in all ways. But shoot, when the lawsuit comes, when there's not enough money in the bank, when the health crisis happens, when there's problems in the home, when there's a slowdown in business, when there's problem in finances, do we rely on God and trust him, or do we rely on our own understanding? And this translates in a financial way that you wouldn't believe, because just because you're automating your retirement, or automating into your Franklin fund, or automating into your 401k, or your Bitcoin account, or your silver, does that mean everything is going to be hunky-dory and dandy? No, the Bible says a passive will pay the penalty. That is smart that you automated. Maybe you're a bad saver like I am, and you have to automate. Maybe you have several mortgages you got to pay, and you can't remember when to pay them, and you auto pay it. That's great. I'm not downing that. I think that's really smart. I have to do that. But what you have to understand is that now with your retirement, guys, it's got to be so spot on, because the banks are set up to scannalize like a radar the weaknesses in the market, the sitting ducks, the cruise ships that haven't pushed the wake yet. So what they do is they set up these traps. So when your cruise ship goes to that route, they already have vortexes, everything set up to derail you, to make you panic when all you had to do is just stay. But guess what? That detour of you staying didn't fit the suitable timeline of your retirement. So how powerful is yellow money? The yellow money system is in the stock market. It has a risk. It is securities loss. But when we have a money manager that's institutionalized, that has billions of dollars, that can make wakes and make movements in the overall market for your benefit, now we're fighting against all the Luciferian tactics that these mathematical evil people do to compromise the integrity or your funds, the hardworking American. And as up until now, there wasn't much of a solution. Your solution was going to Edward Jones, the Bank of America rep, the UBSs of the world, the Merrill Lynch's of the world, the Wells Fargo of the world. That was your solution in your neighborhood up until now. We have the ability as America First fiduciary to keep God first, to keep your investments in America for America, and to have tactical money management so that when this market crash comes, we already know about it because we're licensed and prepared and ready. And this has been proven over and over again. And if they mess up, we have green money that protects us. You see, our clients have the ability to make money when the market goes up, just like everybody else. And on some of their money, it locks in, guaranteed and insured, utilizing contract law, utilizing our fixed assets. Then on the yellow money, if the market goes down, our clients are prepared to take a minimal hit because our tactical money managers are going to go to treasuries. They're going to go to fixed income. They're going to go to cash, or they'll buy something that does very well as a defensive growth. Maybe the bond market, maybe short terms. People forget the bond market was up over 4% in 08. You see, you got to be able to move. There's always an opportunity where there's devastation. You just got to have the right vehicle that can benefit, fluctuate, and pivot at the right time. And if you're a doctor, a urologist, or a firefighter, or a trucker, or a busy mom, busy dad, you're not watching the screens. Heck, I barely even have time to watch the screens. We have over 1,500 clients. It's a lot. I podcast twice a week. I did it this week because it was my birthday, and then the next day is my wife's birthday. So forgive me, I wasn't able to podcast, but I love it and I miss you guys. I'm always here. I do want to not talk and I want to show you. And I'm afraid to show you because I want to be respectful to our audio listeners, but I can't change my format based on audio. So I'm looking at crude oil. Now, I want you to not even focus on what you know about the Iranian deal. I want you to just simply just focus that everything's manipulated. And if you don't have a plan, that's okay. You can reach out to us, 813-448-3446, or visit us at cortezwm.com. Go there right now. We can have a 15, 20-minute conversation. Make sure it's a right for you. It's a good fit for us. It's a good fit for you. You're okay with having a virtual relationship that's going to benefit you so that you're not being stuck working for the rest of your life. I don't want you to lose your retirement, guys. I don't care if you have $500,000, $5 million, $3 million, $20 million, or 100,000. We want to help you. I get blessed when I'm able to speak life into your portfolio and cause transformation that is beneficial for you and your family and get you out of this crazy metrics that we're in right now. So here is crude oil. We have a golden cross where 200-day moving averages it crosses over that price. And so we see on our momentum that is popping up. So we got a lot of momentum on a day, on the 4 hour. This is our daily. So the 4 hour chart looks good. It's popping back up. I mean, really not good, but yes, crude oil is starting to soar right back. We're at 105.75 right now. And our bands typically have a high at like 111. So we could see it go to the highest ceiling right now at 111 and get a retracement. But right now, crude oil is going right back up. That's crude oil. Now, I do want to show something very important here for our listeners. And I'll try to speak as if this was an audio format for those of you that are listening to audio. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. We see the market going up on the S&P 500. It's at 7209 as the time of this recording on Thursday. We got a blue cross. I mentioned this on my birthday. Actually, I didn't record, but this was on my birthday on April 26th. And boom, it just went up from 67.94 all the way up to 72.09. Literally in 2.5, 3 days. Yeah. So we're going to start to see the S&P climb back up. Price is going down. And what you'll start to see if I go over to a 4 hour, you see this little divergence here, this momentum going down and price was going up. Whenever we see that, guys, that is called a divergence. And most of the time, I can't say 100% of the time, but most of the time, you will see a market weakening. And what this does, it creates absorption. So whenever there's a sell-off, the market is absorbing it. And we have the ability to see price action happening. And so there will be a sell-off, not because there's a massive sell-off, it's because the market's absorbing all the sells. So there's a weakening in the momentum. And typically, guys, what I see here is that we see a correction, a good 10% correction. Possibly, if it goes back to the moving average, we could see a crazy sell-off. So I'm very, very cautious right now. In my opinion, I think you should probably in 50% yellow. If you have a 401k, I would be totally 50%, at least 50, maybe 60%. Honestly, like this is not a recommendation. This is not investment advice, but this is a good time to be 60 to 70% fixed income and 40, like no more than 40 or 50% in your moderate to aggressive funds. If that's me, if I'm 50 years old, I'm basically chopping it in half, a little bit more towards the fixed income side. Because when this corrects, it is going to be brutal, in my opinion. We have this war. We have inflation that no one trusts. We have a weird job market. We have home prices that are just not stable. Mortgage rates haven't really come down that much. We have national crazy debt, private credit crisis happening, not to mention tariffs, issues on tariffs. We have California being bankrupt again, New York being bankrupt. Just a lot of junk. And you don't have to participate in any of this. This is the S&P, guys. And let me show you another chart. Actually, let me just bring this up. I like this chart because it kind of paints a picture a little better. So as we see these traffic lights, this is on a daily, this is on a weekly. You know, all traffic lights. So yes, the S&P 500 is going to go up. Here's our daily. I got green lights on all traffic lights, but you see our momentum. You see how it went down here? Holy smokes. You see that? Oh, wow. I could see this even better. So on the 26th through the 27th, we had momentum going down. And look at the price. It went boom. It went skyrocketing. This is not good. What I'm saying is this market that's going up, it is going to collapse. This is fake, straight, artificially pumped up, fake returns. Please, please. Again, it's not investment advice. This is for education purposes only. But please call your 401k and ask what your conservative options are in the event that the market does go down. What is the best option for you? Now, if that's you and you've been working, maybe you're a pilot, you're a doctor, you're a teacher, you don't have time to do this stuff, give us a call. I promise you, we are going to have a beneficial, fruitful, and productive conversation, direct and candid, because I'm not here to cater to your feelings. I'm not here to have commission breath. I'm here to educate you because I truly care about people and their financial situation. I feel that if you can control your financial situation in your retirement, you can do and go do God's work. Whatever God puts in your heart, you've got the money game out of the way because you saved your whole life for it and you've done a great job. But now you can focus on ministry. You can focus on being an impact to people. That's all this is about. We're supposed to be salt and light. How are you able to do that when you have the money monkey on your back, worrying, fudding, and being discomforted because you're not confident in your spiritual walk or your financial walk? We want to avoid those pitfalls. So here's the divergence, guys. For those of you listening on audio, I'm looking at the momentum on the S&P. Completely shot down, completely pointed down, red bar and everything. While the S&P 500 on the 26th through the 27th completely went from 60, I'm squinting here, 68. At the close of it, it was at 6,900. Holy smokes. And momentum was going down. That is called pure manipulation, my friends. So we're going into a fake, artificialated, pumped up market. And then you're relying on silver to do its thing. But before we look at silver, I want to look at dollar. All right. So we might get a silver push. Look what's happening here, guys, with the dollar. This is actually a good sign. And I hate to say, the dollar's going down. But yeah, the dollar is going down right now. Short term, look at all this volume. I have a number of red bars, short term, midterm, and long term traffic. Momentum is like, wow. It is completely dropping like a sack of you know what. It is dropping like crazy, the momentum. So silver will benefit from this. As we go to silver, I'm panning over to silver real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Again, this is a trade. If you are in liquidating your precious metals IRAs, I know I got a sell bar here, but that doesn't mean anything. Look at my traffic lights. Look at my momentum. This is what we want to see if you have silver. So right now it's 74. We should see a good crank, possibly. I'm going to be ambitious and say a good 85 to 90. Maybe March. maybe in the next 30 days. It's going to take some time. But I would say within 30 days, we should see silver back up to over 95. I'm okay having a goose egg on my forward, but if the dollar is weakening and I see momentum going on silver, this is really, really good news for our silver sellers right now. If it does hit close to 100, guys, you need to start taking some profits off, man. Quit being greedy, dumb, and passive. Don't be greedy. You will get hurt. The passive will pay the penalty. So will the greedy. So when this hits a newer high, not all-time high, but a newer high, I want you guys, again, not investment advice, not recommending anything. This is information, education purposes only, but it makes sense. Once the silver reaches a new high, over 85, please take some off the table, collect some of your profits. Some of you have been saving since 17, 20 bucks an ounce. What are you doing sitting on it? Go ahead and sell some of it. I believe it will still be 200 or 300, but you need to start taking profits off because you missed it at 116. And then you rode all the way down to 64. Thank God you didn't sell. Now it should run up to 90, maybe even 100. Sell some, leave some in there. So when it hits 200 to 300, hopefully by year end, you have plenty of money to do stuff with. I'm still a fan of having green money. We're still going to grow our asset. I don't like building wealth hastily. I like consistent returns. I like safety because no one talks about the power of safety. When you are safe, you don't care about performance. Your money is there. It's when you care about performance is when you start acting crazy and the FUD starts kicking in and entitlement kicks in. But yeah, I really love this chart on silver. The dollar chart is powerful, seeing it melt down. Also, I want to show you QQQs and the $1 million question. What should I be buying when the market crashes? Yes, I will talk about that here shortly. I got to go soon. I smell dinner. But here is our QQQs. So NASDAQ is continuing to go up. For those of you that are like me, waiting for that trade, and I already bought some. I already bought those 35 calls personally. Again, not investment advice. Don't call me and say, oh, I bought this because you said. I never stinking said it. Please don't call me saying that nonsense. This is education, information, purpose only. This is what I would buy right now. Again, not investment advice, but this is what I would buy when that market crashes. It is at an all-time low. 30 bucks for SPXS. Are you joking me? That's a deal, baby. If I'm a girl and I'm shopping at the mall, man, we are having a blast. We're on a shopping spree. Our favorite blouse, our favorite makeup, our favorite perfume, heels, whatever it is on sale. For men, your favorite firearm that you've been dying, or guitar, or set of tires, you know the value of that sucker. That baby is on sale. 30 bucks on SPXS. I bought a call option at 35. I don't know what they cost right now, but you don't want to pay more than $1. Whatever call option gets you for $1, you're going to need that times 100. And you got to call your broker to say, do I have an option agreement? Again, it's not investment advice. Invest at your own risk. If it doesn't hit that price during that time, you lose everything. So don't put money you can't afford to lose. You will lose money, by the way, if you buy a call option without professional advice. You got to know when to sell out of it, and you got to sell out of it at that time of that expiration date. But if you're looking to make a massive return off of off of a stock market crash, SPXS is going to be a great bet. SQQ, I'm a little hesitant because it is NASDAQ based, and we have the NVIDIAs, the Teslas, the Amazons. You know, all these stocks are based on, all this market is based on certain stocks that are in the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, to me, is not as attractive, but you can make it. But if you like volatility, UVIX is a great one. This would be an amazing opportunity for anyone that wants to make money off a market crash. Right now, it's selling at 529. This is on my trend crusher. Let me switch it up real quick, guys. Sorry. I like to get confirmations. So there's a sell off there. and I want to go to SPXS. Let me just double check this real quick. I'm panning over to SPXS. This is an ETF that makes money when the market goes down. Again, this one loses money 3 times the amount the S&P goes up. It makes 3 times the amount it goes down. So it makes money when the market goes down 3 times. It's leveraged. So right now it's at $30. I got a buy signal on my birthday. Yay, I should play like birthday music. Got a buy signal here. That means we're starting to see a crazy, crazy reversal happening. So $30 right now is a steal on SPXS. That means the stock market has to go down for that to come back up. So if that doesn't tell you anything, there you have it. Also, let me look at UVIX on this template. This is my favorite template. It's called the Trend Crusher. Thank you, Joe Casey. Shout out to my mentor, to my brother in Christ and leader and mentor. God bless you. We'll have him on the show shortly. This is powerful. This is UVIX. This is an amazing ETF if you want to make money off a stock market collapse. Again, this is not guarantees. Invest at your own risk. Only invest what you can afford to lose. 529, I would look at some call option here or simply just buy the ETF and hang on to it. This would be a good hedge for somebody that is a market guy, that's a red money guy. Put some 5-10% in this portfolio. If you are a young guy and you want to take a flyer and you want to risk some money, throw a few grand in some call options around $6-7. Average trading range is 65 cents. Anything over 575 would be good if you can get it for a cheap price, $1 or less, and you can go out a good month or two. I would say June or July calls. I would highly consider that. We got a buy signal here. It's not a guarantee, but if the market does correct itself, yeah, you're going to be sitting pretty. The other thing is you lose more money if the market continues to go up. So be very careful. That's on a 4-hour. Let's look at our daily. Same pattern on our daily. So my daily is strong. It's so low that it's saying, dude, this is a great time to buy. So you couple that with all my other templates. You couple that with the VIX being low. And it was at 20. It was daggone 24 just the other day, like 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago. What are we doing here? This is nuts. So, yeah. So this was at 987 on March 26th, just a little over 30 days ago. Dang. And look, the recent low was around 538. So it's at an all-time low. And look what it did. It popped up. It hit that low. It popped up. It hit this low, possibly going to pop up. So UVIX is looking good. We'll take a look at it. If you don't like UVIX, there's also VIXI, which is a same correlated asset. Again, this one is not leveraged, but it's the ETF. It has the same chart pattern. This is on a daily and a 4-hour. Looks just as good. This one's a little more at 27.22. Very volatile, guys. Very volatile. So be very careful with that. Hey, if you want to learn to make some money in your portfolio, if you have any interest or anything I say resonated with you in regards to, positioning your money, how to make money in the market corrections, avoiding all the noises, because if you're retired, you shouldn't have to be worrying about this. You should be having a money manager, an advisor that agrees with you, so that when all this stuff hits the fan, you have somebody to call, somebody to guide you, somebody to mentor you, to hold you, to be your tour guide, your guidance counselor, your psychologist, your therapist, whatever it is. And I want to be that man for you. I want to help you, hold your hand, guide you through the wilderness, and shepherd you so that there's light into your feet and your path. We want to shine that light, and I want to help you with my knowledge, help you with my tools, help you with my experiences, so that you can go to your retirement, which is a battle, by the way, well armored, that you have full knowledge, and that now, like his word says, my people suffer from a lack of knowledge. Well, now you are equipped with any type of market condition, with any type of situation, not just market risk or political risk, but CBDC risk, the risk of our liberties going away. We want to make sure that going into 2027 and ending, going to Q3 and Q4 of this year and going into 2027, that your principles has some type of backstops, whether it's on the yellow money side or the green money side. If you're looking for retirement that will last you for your lifetime, that will protect your principal, that will guide you through all the manipulations of the markets, give us a call. We want to help. All you got to do is give us a call, 813-448-3446, or book your appointment online at CortezWM.com. We want to help you, protect you from what is about to come. The volatility index has been manipulated. The prices of silver and the dollar have been inversely manipulated to your detriment. We need to stop the bleeding inside of your 401k. We need to control our asset outside of the CBDC-like systems and the volatility manipulations of the market. Please let us help you secure your retirement and give you some solutions that are not traditional to your everyday banking advisor. All you got to do, go to visit CortezWM.com or give us a call, 813-448-3446. And you can email me at info@CortezWM.com. Also, if you're wanting to get some natural peptides to help you lose weight and have some sharp mental clarity and sleep well and build muscle, go to getmeleanusa.com. Order you a nice set of Performance Pro. You can cancel anytime. It's a monthly subscription. They're all made here in America, shipped right to your door, and you'll have the ability to lose weight, control your appetite, sleep well, and live a longer life utilizing their technology with plant-based and animal-based peptides, right, delivered to your door. Cancel anytime or go to getmeleanusa.com, and thank you for that. Guys, I'm out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe our Rumble channel on Scriptures and Wall Street, now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as YouTube. God bless you guys. I'm out of here, and just wanted to say thank you and happy birthday to my beautiful wife and myself. So, God bless. Bye.